to the Talon Outdoors Show. I'm Charlie.
I'm JD.
I'm Fred.
I'm Captain Paul Tyer.
And I'm Grant.
I can't believe it's been a week.
Y'all wearing the same
Oddly
clothes.
enough, I was going to say I'm wearing the same shirt I wore last week.
It seemed like I just saw you.
Yeah.
Wearing a different hat.
I'm still eating this popcorn.
It ain't even going stale.
No, it's still good. Been sitting here on the table the whole
Let me see
time. It's
that.
still
Let me see
good.
that.
Well, it's like the day I got it.
What?
Open that. I want to
It's
see
the
if
same
I was gonna
kind you
see it.
got.
Well, I know, but mine's about gone.
Here, you can have some of mine.
Fred ain't eating
You leave
his.
yours on
You
the table.
taking
You can have some of
mine,
that too.
I'm gonna try to guard it from that man bun son of mine. Because he sees it, he'll eat it.
That stuff's good.
That kid will eat anything. He shows up at
Buttery.
my house. I mean, we got to put a lock on the refrigerator.
Well, this is the last. This is the last show of 2025. The next show
Is it
will
really?
be 2026. Yes, it is.
So 2025 in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Anything we want to recap from the year?
We didn't
It's
get
been a
a
heck of a
pheasant
year.
hunt this year. That was a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked. Well,
All my fault, Fred.
'Cause I thought
Well,
it
it's
was,
my daughter's fault. You can blame her.
I thought it was Travis.
had to go get married.
That
on
too.
it.
Oh, good. Yeah, if you're listening, Travis, I'm coming up there next year.
Was one of
I
them.
talked to him a couple days ago.
Don't make me have to come up there again.
We missed y'all this year.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, we missed you. That broke our heart. We didn't get to go. It happens.
I'm ready for this year to be over with because I had two kids get married. It's just been one. It's been a financially trying year.
I'm going to
at the
say
Johnson
2026
household.
may be cheaper.
2026, there ain't no way it can get to be more expensive. I'll tell you that after two weddings and.
I'm looking forward to 26. I think good things are on the horizon.
Man, I think so too. I think that I think we're fixing to see a huge turnaround in the economy overall.
Oh, yeah. I really do. I think interest rates going to go down.
Yeah. If you haven't already done so, you're too late to submit your form for even if you want to pay the tax stamp. So right now, the federal government shutting down. The ATF is shutting down the application process or the procedure for getting a suppressor until January 1st. So when January the 2nd, because the 1st is a holiday, January 2nd, going forward, suppressors, short barrel shotguns, short barrel rifles still require paperwork to be legal to possess, but they are taking the $200 tax away. That's part of the big beautiful bill tax cut. So
Yeah, that's coming. The tax cuts are going into effect. That's good.
Just curious to find a short barrel shotgun. What do you?
a shotgun with a shoulder stock with a stock on it with a barrel less than 18 inches.
So
You wouldn't hunt with that.
Yeah.
Oh, you would? Okay.
You could
Yeah,
hunt with
I'm
it. You could
thinking
hunt with an
18
18-inch. That's the police, like the police shotguns
Gotcha.
that you see.
Gotcha.
Tactical shotguns.
Gotcha.
Most of them have an 18
Okay.
or 20
We
inch
had
barrel.
my
But you
last
can still
entry
deer
gun-
hunt with it.
my last entry gun on the SWAT team at Leon County was it 12-inch
It's
barrel?
14. Those
14.
are 12s or 14s. I
12 or 14. It was pretty short, but it had a modified choke on it, and you use that tactical right flight buckshot with it, and man, that thing at 15 yards would shoot about a 6-inch group of buckshot.
Flight control. The flight control wad,
yeah,
federal
that
stuff.
that tactical buckshot. It's got that wad in it that holds it together, so as it goes. And man, you talking about accurate. And you talking about entry guns all day long, and the veracity of having a 12-gauge shotgun. Well, depending on what you're using through it, if you've got that much. What is double-aught bucks about 33 caliber?
33 caliber,
Yeah.
and there's 8 of them.
Yeah, and then in a tight group like that is effective. Now, and you use that type of buckshot. I used to, when I was on patrol, I carried my shotgun, and the first round in the chamber was going to be a slug, not in the tube. I would load them backwards because you're going to put them into the chamber and fire them in the opposite order that you put them into the magazine. Okay, so the one I wanted to shoot first would be the last one I'd put in the tube, and then when I worked the action, put around in the chamber, the first one I wanted was a slug. Okay, and my thought process was if I get out on a this is before we had the rifles and all, but I got out with a shotgun on a store robbery or something, and I need to take an accurate shot. So there's a hostage being held by the store clerks being held at gunpoint, or the guy standing at the door, and I wanted the most destructive round, the most effective round, and the most accurate round. I had the last one to be loaded, the first one to go in the chamber was a slug because I could take an accurate shot with that. pretty much everything after that was buckshot, because I figure if I don't hit him on the first shot, he's going to run, and I've got that improved cylinder barrel, and I've got the better buckshot. It was just the old school
9 pellets.
Yeah, that at 10 yards is about 2 feet wide. I mean, that's that old school stuff.
You're gonna hit him.
And I figured if he was running, it's buckshot. People shoot deer on the run when they were dog hunting. That's
Yeah.
And I figured that was going to be an effective second, third, fourth shot, whichever extended tube I had put on that tactical shotgun. And I always had the loadout that way. I mean, I remember to this day that was my thought process. And then they came along with this better buckshot.
Yeah,
and it was copper plated, the whole 9 yards.
That was all due to the development of better steel shot for duck hunting.
Mm-hmm.
That flight control wad was first used in the federal black cloud duck hunting shells, and because steel shot doesn't like to be choked, it doesn't like to be contained. It when shotgun standard choke system, there's a constriction at the end of the barrel. The end of the barrel where the muzzle is smaller diameter than the bore itself, so you're squeezing it down right at the end.
Which is why you don't shoot full choke on steel shot.
Which is why you don't shoot full choke on steel shot. And what happens with steel shot is it gets to bouncing around inside there because it's steel going through a steel barrel, steel shot, and it tends to bounce around. And when you try to choke the pattern gets bigger or can get bigger, and you lose a certain portion of your shot shooting it through a constricted choke. So Federal found a workaround for that in the black cloud shells, and they started using this stuff called flight control. It has little parachutes built into the back of the wadding that
that's what that is?
Yeah. I can show you one if you
I
know
what it looks like. I didn't know those were
the little
parachutes.
pedals that open up in the back. That slows
That's what that's about.
That slows that wadding down inside the barrel itself, so that the shot column separates from the wadding inside the barrel, and it makes it shoot tighter. You still get
black cloud shells that are
Sure
going 1,400 feet a second. I mean,
you sure can. But a black cloud shell through an improved cylinder, even an open choke on a shotgun barrel, that black cloud shoots really tight. It shoots like a modified or tighter pattern. Modified shoots like a full, and it took me the first time I ever shot it, and I'm used to shooting the other stuff, and steel shot's terrible. Mm-hmm. I personally think it's unethical for duck hunting because you wound so many ducks with it, instead of killing them cleanly.
Is that much lead goes into lakes that causes it? What was the main reason they went to steel? What was the main reason?
What do they call that?
U.S. Fish and Wildlife or the EPA determined that all the lead that the ducks were eating, the dabbling ducks were eating the lead off the bottom of the lakes.
Virtue signaling. That's what it was. I mean,
more or less. I
don't think it made a difference.
I don't think it's made a difference at all. But lead doesn't, even over time, lead doesn't really dissolve in water. It may let off a little bit of, it may oxidize to a slight degree, but not enough to poison anybody.
It typically doesn't migrate very far.
It doesn't migrate in the dirt like they act like it. The state of California treats lead like it's radioactive, plutonium, and it's going to kill you if you get close to it. And that's just not the case. In California right now, you can't hunt. If I'm not sadly mistaken, you have to deer hunt in California with copper bullets. You can't shoot lead bullets in California.
And they make some very effective copper expanding
They have now.
bullets.
They forced the industry, but the cost of a copper projectile like a Barnes or a Berger, there's two of the big companies that make copper projectiles for rifle bullets, whereas jacketed lead bullet might cost you 30 cents for the component itself. Those copper bullets are $3 a piece.
Yeah.
So they did all this, Paul. In all honesty, they probably did all of it to make it very expensive for somebody to go with.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And
it's
there's a whole lot of people out there that just think hunting's the most horrible thing on the planet, and humans have been surviving by hunting since we've been around. That's the reason you find arrowheads and cave art.
Right.
We're at our nature, we're hunters.
That's right.
But people don't want to hear that, so whatever.
No, I like to eat, so there you go. We'll be right back. We're back. So we're talking about the cost of tax stamps and stuff. And
Yeah.
somebody posed a question. One of y'all down there posed a question. What was 200? Yeah. Paul.
So in 1936, when the NFA was enacted and put a $200 tax stamp on suppressors, short barrel rifles, and short barrel shotguns.
That's the
$200 in 1936. Now imagine today, in today's dollars, was $4,661 and some odd change with inflation since. So if you walked in, if they wrote that law today, that's the $200 tax stamp would actually be almost $4,700 in a tax stamp.
More than 9
so
times.
In 1936, when anybody could have a can, anybody could have a machine gun, and they wrote this law, and then they said we're going to put a $4,700 tax on it. That was designed to keep certain people from having them. Folks that didn't have money, folks with different complexion colors than the rest of us. I mean, it was a way to discriminate against people that weren't the wealthy and the privileged. And
the Supreme Court upheld it because they said it was tax authority.
And Congress has the authority to tax.
Which is why there's some litigation up there now saying, oh, wait a minute, y'all just took the tax authority out of there.
Well, now it's not a tax, so
now
it shouldn't exist at all.
Right.
Well, I mean, ideally, I think if they would treat it like a firearm, then you just go in and buy it like you would a gun and do it. Yeah. And I don't even think that you would have to do that. That would be a regulatory thing. Technically, a can there shouldn't be anything on it. It is just a thing that you bolt onto a gun. You don't have to have a background check to buy the barrel of the gun, and that's the part that's rifled that the bullet goes down. You don't have to have you don't have to have anything. You can walk in anywhere and buy a gun barrel. Mm-hmm. No background check, nothing.
No age restriction.
Right. Anybody can do that. The can is nothing but something that screws on the barrel. It is part of the gun. It's a part of a gun. There should be nothing on it. Now, if you want to say, well, we want to limit them to some degree, well, then just treat them like a gun. Just run the background check and like you do with a gun, and they can come in, buy it, and walk back out again. Yeah. Don't put any additional fees on it. I mean, that's middle ground. You're still doing a background check. I'm a firm believer you ought to be able to have a hand grenade. Just like you can have a gun. I mean, I just don't think there's anything you can go to anywhere and buy tannerite, all right, and go out and shoot it, and it blows up. Now, I don't understand the technology behind it. JD probably does, but you can go out there and buy you a cup of tannerite, go out there and shoot it with a bullet, and it goes kaboom. And if you pour it in something and shoot that, you have a bomb. Just that easy. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but it wouldn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out.
Yeah, and the bottom line of the whole thing is that people. Here's my theory on it. Human beings have been figuring out how to kill other human beings wrongfully since Cain killed Abel.
There you go.
Since they picked up a rock. All right, people are going to figure out. Europe, perfect example right now. Stuff going on in Germany and some of these other countries that have highly restricted gun. Australia, one of the most highly restricted gun countries, and it's an island where they can isolate people, and one of the most gun restrictive countries on the planet. And look what just happened there. Some bad guys managed to get guns, but over in Europe, you don't see mass shootings or that kind of stuff in countries in Europe. What you see is somebody goes and rents a Ryder truck and goes and drives it through the Christmas market and runs people over.
Sure.
Or they get a big machete and run down the streets of London and cut people up with a machete.
And nobody has the ability to fight back.
And nobody's got ability to fight back. And I made this analogy to somebody one time. They said, well, you got a gun and a bunch of kids in a school. And I'm like, yeah, well, give me a samurai sword. And I'm not a trained samurai swordsman, but you give me a samurai sword and you lock me up in an auditorium or a movie theater full of people, and you lock the doors, and I'm the only one in there with a samurai sword. I'm going to kill as many people as I want to kill in that scenario. If I'm the bad guy that wants to kill people and nobody else has a weapon, I'm going to win that against the whole crowd because nobody's going to be able to get within 3 feet of me without getting a razor blade sword across.
Didn't that just something like this happen in Australia?
There was a mass shooting in Australia.
With a long rifle, bolt action.
Is that a place that don't have guns as easy?
They had a forced. They had in Australia years ago. They had a forced buyback of people. They forced the citizens to sell their guns back.
Now, you could buy certain guns for hunting, and that's what these people had was hunting guns. But they don't have such thing as concealed carry with people walking around with handguns. and so they're sitting ducks. I mean, that's why everybody think, oh, you got to have the Second Amendment. That's for hunting. It's not for hunting.
No,
it was never designed for hunting.
The right to bear arms.
I mean, a lot of people who own guns are hunters, but I can't stand it when I pick up and I read some letter to the editor or opinion piece, and the guy starts out with, "I'm an avid outdoorsman hunter."
That's when you know you're about to hear the worst position on. It's like, it's always like it's like, now I'm a sportsman and I'm an outdoorsman. Now here's how everything I believe in is actually a crock of crap.
As if that's somehow going to give him credibility just because you go to a place and go shoot a pen-raised quail. No.
Well, even in those countries, you can go out and if you are privileged and have the money and the ability, you can still go and have guns and access to guns.
Exactly right.
But it is the elite, which goes back to 1936 when they past that. It was, we want the elite to be able to do these things. We don't want the common man to be able to have these things or do these things because we don't trust people.
Could that ever happen in America?
Well, it happened in 1936 when they basically banned machine guns and cans and stuff and put it out of the reach price wise of anybody. It's just that as time went forward, we got to where we could afford it because they weren't smart enough to put in inflation.
And the silly thing about all of that is the whole reason it happened in 1936 when Congress threw their hands up because of guys like Al Capone and John Dillinger and all these highwaymen that were robbing people and shooting machine guns and suppressors and they'd saw the barrels off the end of a BAR rifle, 30-06 semi-auto military weapon. They'd break into military depots and steal weapons, and they were using them in crimes. So what do politicians do? Throw their hands up in the air and everybody starts screaming, "We got to do something." Okay, well, why don't you just catch the bad guys and put them in jail and make the penalty for doing bad things to people so severe that they don't do it anymore, or they're less willing to do it.
Just take them off the street. When I remember when we started
take the bad guys off the street. That's what I'm saying. Put them in jail.
Let's shoot their boats with missiles when they're bringing stuff into the country.
That tends to
great
work.
idea, actually.
I like that.
I mean,
Put a wall up and shoot their boats.
And y'all will remember this. I mean, back when they started the boot camp. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It worked.
Okay, well, here's why it worked. We had a list of bad guys, juveniles.
Showcap.
Called Showcap.
I remember it very well.
And it was about, 30, 40 of them.
Habitual offender.
Yes.
Comprehensive apprehension program.
There you go.
There you go. Wow. And they had all these I had a poster in my office when I was prosecuting. It was all the Showcap people.
Mm-hmm. We all got
case
them.
come in, I'd look, it was the Showcap guy. So the first people we put in the boot camp, and prior to the boot camp, they'd shut down Dozier School for Boys. So there was no level back then, what they called a level 8 program. There was no program that you could securely take these juveniles off the street. And they started the boot camp, and everybody was, oh, look how they're reformed. They didn't get reformed. They took them off the street, and the crime went way down.
Listen, before the boot camp opened, Charlie and I were both cops at FSU probably, and it was nothing uncommon for us to work 10 or 12 or 15 stolen vehicles per night. Every night you worked.
And we'd arrest those kids.
We'd arrest them and see them
right
3 days later before they opened the boot camp. You'd arrest them and you'd see them 2 or 3 days later doing the same kids doing the same thing in the same parking lot. And it's not just them stealing the cars; it's them wrecking the cars and running from the police and driving into. They don't have driver's license. They don't know how to. They go steal cars and wreck them and hurt people and run over people and carry guns
how to use
and all
a screwdriver to start the thing. Then.
Yeah. Remember when you'd see the old Chevys and they had the
little
back window broke out in the back, and then you'd look up there and it'd be splacked in the steering column. When you'd run that thing, it'd come back signal 10. Man, that's memories right there. That's back in the day. Yeah, anybody out there listening, that was in Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah. Saginaw steering column. General Motors and Chrysler both used some steering columns in their vehicles that were made in Saginaw, Michigan. They're called Saginaw steering columns. You could break out the collar that went around the steering column and clip a little piece of pot metal in there, and you'd crank the car up.
Didn't take much. I mean,
10 seconds. They're gone.
I didn't know what splacking. I remember I'd been here like a week. Yeah, he splacked the car. And I'm like, he did what?
Well, if they didn't break the window out, if they had learned how to Slim Jim one, they'd have never got caught because we were looking for, if it didn't have a broke window in it, we didn't really pay much attention to it. But you'd see that little back window. And the poor folks that got their car back, Then they had to run their car with a screwdriver, and they couldn't afford to fix the back glass, and we're stopping everywhere they go. Well, I've been stopped 6 times tonight.
Stick their hands out the window. It's my car.
Well,
because a lot of times we would pull them over. That was a probable cause for stop, whether it came back as stolen or not, because about half the time it had been stolen and the person that owned it didn't know it was stolen. So we're just catching these little guys, these little 15-year-old kids stealing cars and robbing people and using the stolen cars to rob convenience stores.
They dump them, burn them.
Yeah.
And that was back in the 80s.
When they started the boot camp,
90s.
all of that stopped.
Stopped like you
just immediately.
Yes. Like you put a barrel over it and
the only reason
fire
it
went
did
out.
was because the boot camp was a long program and it got them out of the community. And it was only a few it was,
small percentage
just
of
a
the
small
kids.
percentage of the kids committing 90% of the crime.
Who was leading
I would
that?
tell you
Somebody
that's
leading
probably the case today as well.
I'm sure.
It's just
like,
a matter
like in
of-
Washington, D.C., Trump has to come in there to make the law enforcement people cooking the books and not putting out what really happened.
Well, those are the high-level criminals. They're called politicians.
You
and management of government organizations in certain places, and that's all over the place. City, county governments, different all over this country that goes on. It's just who's going to get caught doing it. Most of them are honest, God-fearing, above board. Doing things right, trying to help their community. But there's some.
But if you get one in place that's already got the tendency to want to be shady, they got a heck of an opportunity to be shady in some of those cases.
We'll be right back. And we're back. You got to tell us. Is something you can tell us?
No, it was a Wiregrass segment. I thought we were going into. This
Are we in second? We're in the middle of doing 2 shows back to back. I have no idea where
this is
we
the
are.
Wiregrass segment.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
I'll tell you, me and Charlie,
right along.
Me and Charlie went over to. I had to take my truck over to the Ford place to get my new lighted Ford emblem installed into my grill on my truck. As if that thing weren't fancy enough.
Lighted emblem? What?
The Ford emblem in the
Ford,
dash.
the big Ford blue oval in the grill of my truck. When
So
you
now
turn the headlights on, it comes on
Are you
too.
going to get some running lights on the bottom, too,
No,
like they do on
no,
the boat
no,
trailer? Okay.
No.
You get one of those. Why don't you get one of those hue lights? With the purple.
No. That's not what.
Maybe get you.
You gonna let me talk,
spinners.
Fred? We left Mariana. We had to go to Chipley and left Chipley and went up to our range up in Dothan to visit the guys up there, and went through Slocum and kind of the back way through all. That is I'd never been that way before to Dothan. That is just beautiful country up there.
It is. Oh, the terrain and
Lot of
the
wiregrass?
fields and stuff.
Yeah, just around outside of Dothan out there, you got a lot of rolling hills and a lot of cow pastures and big farms and stuff. And it is just gorgeous country up there.
I can't figure out why people are buying and building houses right around the dadgum heliport up there as part of Fort Rucker, Novisville,
Yeah,
whatever.
they
Land helicopters over there all day and fly around. And
little helicopter train, little satellite.
Man, but did you see that house that was back behind it a little ways up
over
there,
the
way
pond in
about
front of
about 1,000 yards off the road? You look out there, and they were building sure enough horse mansion. I don't know.
That's my dream house where you can see somebody coming. The driveway's about a mile long.
Well, what I like about the area is, and when I go up there, I spent my whole career in Tallahassee, and I grew up in Jackson County, but I go to Dothan up there in that area, that whole region up there, and people are just nice.
Yep.
I mean, the people are. Everybody up there, I don't care what restaurant I go to, what drive-through I go to, where I go shopping. I mean, if they're just nice. They're just nice people. Even at the all-you-can-eat uka sushi, whatever place.
Man,
The Japanese
Man,
guy
we tore up some
Southern
all-you-can-eat sushi the other day. Now I'm telling you. You get me and JD around some sushi, and we're gonna go through some. And it wasn't even that expensive. It was very
all
much
you can eat
affordable.
sushi joint.
All you can eat sushi. It's good sushi.
on 231,
Really?
go
On
between
231.
between Dothan and Ozark.
Okay.
Both of us ate all we could eat, and it was like $44 with tea for the two of us together.
Them Japanese guys, y'all left it. You leave them behind next time. Do not
See, that's there you go.
I tell you what,
you got to be like that, Fred.
I enjoy. It was good, but I enjoyed the drive up there. I'm a traveler or adventurer at heart. I just love going places I ain't never been before.
You've been up 231, ain't you?
Oh, I've been up 231 bunches of time. That ain't the way we went, Fred. You wasn't listening to the story. We went up 77 and then hit a bunch of back roads. I don't know where we was at, but I enjoyed riding there. We came out on 231 eventually. That's where the sushi joint was at. Then we came home on 231.
You just go up through Graceville and then go over the
through Slocum.
Yeah,
Slocum, Alabama. Slocum. Just go through the back way and head over to Midland City and follow the GPS, and it'll take you by all kinds of stuff.
But the only thing up there is you start to see all of these beautiful fields, and all the farmers are selling 200 or 300 feet off of the road. Just long strips of houses. So they'll build houses in a row, and their backyards is a cow pasture or something. Beautiful view out the back. They're probably making more money selling those lots along the paved road than they've ever made farming that land. And so you won't get a whole neighborhood. What you'll get is just both sides of the road. And it'll be a small little old barely paved road, but on both sides it's got houses after house after house after house. And some of them are nice, big, beautiful ones, and some of them are smaller, more affordable housing. And they've got a beautiful view out back. It messes up my view from the road, though.
Look, you
my free view.
Ride along there and look at the cows.
I spent a lot of time going up that road, when I was in law school in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Because, you go
231.
Yeah, you go 231 all the way up to...
my daughter's going to Troy. That's exactly how we go. Yeah. And all that, but these were little two-rut back roads that I don't even know what the name of them were. These were just little back roads, and I say two-rut.
They're paved roads. They're upscale paved roads.
Yeah, they're nice paved roads, but they're little small two-lane roads is what I meant to say.
You don't want to go up down the two-rut roads up there. You might run up on somebody you don't want to meet. There's you get in South Alabama, North Florida places, you just stay on the main road.
Stay on the main road.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
Yeah, I was going to tell you earlier as I was coming back from New York, got a taxi to the airport, and we're riding by, and I looked up and I said, "That's the UN building." And taxi driver, he didn't miss a beat. He turned around and he said, "Yeah, I tell all of my tourists." Said, "That's where organized crime meets every September."
Wow,
there's a lot of truth to that, probably. I can talk about it now because we're even though it's the same. Anyway, I'm hoping we pulled off this surprise for the girls for Christmas because we didn't really know they were. This year, asked them, this Christmas, they said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And they gave us these little. Almost nothing stuff, and we're like, hey, we want to do something more than a pair of shorts and a, whatever it is, whatever little stuff that they wanted. I want some of these cheap earrings from Amazon and some shorts and some makeup stuff. So Annie got us a cruise, and right now when this show airs, I'm gonna be in the Bahamas.
So let's see, this show will be airing on
27th. I'm gonna be in the Bahamas. We are leaving. So the day after Christmas.
So this is the last show of the year.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, Fred.
Okay.
Where you been?
Well,
that's how we started the show.
It's starting to run together now. The weeks are just combining themselves.
So as we speak right now, I'm in the Bahamas in Grand Bahama, and we got a cruise out of South Florida, and taking the kids on a cruise, and we're not telling them about it until Christmas morning. We're gonna say, go pack your bags, get some warm weather clothes, and go pack your bags. We're leaving first thing in the morning.
So you should get them like a little ship or something in a present.
A little life ring, one of the little
yeah, get you a life ring or something.
That's a good idea.
SS Johnson.
I got time to do that. I might go figure something like that out. But yeah, they have no idea. We're gonna we're leaving first thing in the morning, driving down and getting on a cruise ship, and
go by West Marine, get you one of those little captain hats. And
there you go.
Yeah, put it in there and. Yeah, guess what Daddy's got you.
So, we're going on a Margaritaville cruise, and of course, the first thing I asked my wife, I said, "They got a karaoke bar in the Margaritaville cruise?" She goes, "Oh, yes, they do." And I'm like, "All right, then."
They got a casino.
I've been practicing on my. I don't care nothing about that.
You get you. Are you gonna sing Margaritaville?
Annie, send video. Send me video. Take some video.
What's that song? We have fruitcakes.
Fruitcakes. Yeah. No.
Yeah. They probably got Buffett music playing everywhere on this thing.
I would think, yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting up there on the karaoke bar and singing some.
Jimmy Buffett's gonna roll in his grave.
No, he ain't. I can sing Jimmy Buffett songs.
You think you can get it?
Yes, sir.
You can get away with it?
Yes, sir. I can pull that off.
You gonna wear some cruise wear?
I don't own cruise wear, Fred. I'm probably gonna be wearing
I got
regular old short breeches and some
I got some that
One of these shirts.
that probably fit you now. They're too big for me, but I should have brought you some.
I had some Hawaiian Flaherty camo.
No, I got some like downright obnoxious looking cruise wear.
I don't wear that. I'm not going to wear that, Fred. Even if it fits, I'm not going. I appreciate it. I do. I thank you for this.
Get you some white shoes and black socks.
You probably wouldn't wear what he
Patent
considers
leather.
to be calm. That's sure not the obnoxious stuff.
Yeah.
Get you
I
one
can
of
see
those.
JD's out there.
Get you one of those
Hard pass.
hats with a stuffed parrot on top of it.
I went through a phase in my life when I used to wear the old Magnum PI Hawaiian
I could
shirts.
see that.
I wear them untucked so I can hide my gun.
Yeah.
And
Did you carry your 1911?
I was carrying a 1911 at that
naked
time.
stuck in the
No,
small
I
of
had
your back.
I had a holster.
Not in a holster.
I had a holster. I would never carry 1911 stuck in any gun stuck just straight in my waistband. Certainly not a 1911.
You got to trust all them safeties on that.
Well,
thing.
first off, that sucker's rust from all the sweat in North Florida, and if it's stainless, it does stain.
Yeah.
And sweat
It
gets
does
all
rust
down in the
too.
gun, and there's too many steel parts in there, and that would just be uncomfortable up against the skin.
Did you have like a red Fiero or something like that?
No, I had nothing like that.
Not a Ferrari, but the
Fiero, the Pontiac Fiero.
Yeah, remember that?
No, I don't think so.
They're about a Ferrari. Kind of spelled the same way, something
Yeah.
Italian sounding.
I'm curious between you and y'all carried pistols,
Just
service
about
pistols,
everywhere.
your
You
better
whole-
part of
figured
my
it out.
life.
pretty
yes.
much your whole life.
Yeah.
So what? I don't know if you might be able to answer this. What is your favorite pistol to carry?
The one I'm
every
carrying.
day.
The one I'm carrying
The one
right
I'm
now.
carrying right now.
The Glock Model 48.
I'm carrying a Glock Model 48.
Why?
Okay, well, I'll start. I like the 1911 because of the size and it was thin and it was not bulky. It was a thin, flat pistol with a longer barrel on it. Well, the Glock 48 is almost identical in dimensions, but it's a polymer Glock. It's reliable. I don't have issues with it malfunction. It's a 9mm. I've got a higher capacity magazine. This is 15 plus
15?
one. I got 16 rounds in this thing right now. It's compact. It shoots extremely well. I've got a decent set of sights. I don't have optics on it, but it's just good sights, reliable. It's resistant to sweat and rust and stuff. I can just wipe it off every once in a while. And it just is very comfortable and inside the waistband holster for me. It fits really well. JD?
Because I don't never know when y'all have a gun on or not. I can't never tell.
A lot of the same exact things that Charlie just
Every
said.
time.
I will add one to it because it is it's what the Glock calls their slimline gun or their single stack gun. We're carrying double stack magazines because somebody came up with a double stack magazine for it. But the thing I like about it the best, the 48 over the 43X, is that the barrel and slide are about an inch longer, which puts the front sight about an inch further away from my face. And my bifocals, I can see the front sight on it because of having progressive bifocals where I have to struggle to find the sights on a shorter barrel gun. That 48 is perfect. It's right there in my...
And
Same with me.
to pair that, not surprising, I'm a smaller frame than you guys, and I carry the 43X for
Right.
the exact opposite reasons. It's all preferable because it's much more
Well, you still
accessible
have
to
young
my-
eyes.
Yeah, that's true too. So.
Yeah, how old are you, Grant?
Yeah,
When you get to be
have young eyes.
57, when you get to be 57, if I'm still around, you come by and tell me when you traded in your 43X on 48.
JD, I've done it.
I made it.
I can't do it anymore.
I
JD.
made it.
What do you carry for?
Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0.
Which is a wee little pistol with a lot of bullets in it. That's a fantastic. It's probably the best thing Smith & Wesson has done in a minute. I mean, it's a fantastic little
Love
gun.
that gun. Fits in my pocket. Fits in my hand.
Yes, Fred has to dress differently than we do, and,
Right.
and so those are great little carry guns. We sell a lot of them, and they're fantastic little guns. We finally, after about 4,000 rounds, we finally broke the one at the range.
Really?
Yeah. It still functions.
4,000 rounds.
Yeah, which those little guns like that are not made for
Yeah.
constant getting shot. Ours gets shot just about every day, and probably averages 50 rounds a day. People go buy a box of 50 rounds, go down there and shoot it through that
Right.
gun because it's a fairly new to the market gun.
Prior to that, it was a Glock 42.
Yeah, little 380 Glock.
That's
That's the smallest
380s.
Glock's been able to make anything. Is that one? They're capable of making a smaller pistol if they wanted to. They're just not doing it.
Well, and believe it or not, there's import restrictions on on certain handguns, it's called the Saturday Night Special Law that the federal government came up with, and they had to do some. Glock had to do some.
They don't have to import them, though.
They don't
make
have
them
to
right
import them.
there in
They
Smyrna.
still do import some parts from around the world, though, and there's some import restrictions on small guns. They have to pretty much be made here in the United States now.
Has the tariffs made them prices go up? Remember there was a tariff that was dealing with that for a while?
We will see some price increases in the Gen 6 Glocks. We haven't seen the exact numbers yet, but we've already been told there's going to be on Glock at least, because some of their guns and some of their parts are still made in Austria. Now, the tariffs on some of the countries over there is not much of anything.
That's right.
And but it's like anything else with inflation and tariff. It's more. I would say it's probably more inflation than it is tariff related, and component. The price of steel, the price of whatever, that kind of stuff has more to do with the price of guns going up and down than tariffs do. Because there's a lot of shotguns now made in Turkey, the country of Turkey. They're one of the biggest countries importing firearms in the country.
Shotguns
Really?
too.
And they make some good stuff. They do make some.
Where's
pretty
that
wood.
CZ? Where is that, man?
Depending on the gun, but their over and unders are made in Turkey.
Okay.
Made by a company called Huglu.
Okay.
Huglu.
That's a good gun.
Yeah, they're good guns. There's several big firearms manufacturers in Turkey that make primarily shotguns, because it's easier to import a sporting gun than it is a self-defense gun. There's a lot of import rules and stuff they have to follow on certain guns. But yeah, they do good.
Cool. There you have it.
I reckon we'll be back for one more segment this year. All right, Fred, you can have the last one of the year.
What? Oh, yeah, we're back.
There you go.
That was good.
You got to drag out and we're back.
And we're back.
There you go.
That's better. That's better.
All right.
I know how much that hurts you to do that. You had to dig deep on that one.
I mean, I can do low.
He can go low.
I can go.
Well, we can go pretty low too.
Very wide.
Papa,
I'm not playing that on. It'll be vibrating the mirrors on the car. I had to get a cold to do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was. Yeah, baby, lock them doors. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even do that right now. But if I get a little bit of congestion,
doors and
yeah.
Yeah, I just never been a bass. I'm more of a baritone, maybe.
well, baby, all I got is bass. That's it. I got.
It's all about
I got
that
nothing
bass.
else.
Yeah, whatever. Megan Trainor,
No
y'all seen her
trouble.
lately? She's the one that sings all about that bass.
Uh-huh.
And I love her voice.
There ain't nothing to her left anymore,
No,
right?
she's
Kinda
looking
dried
hot.
up, didn't
She's
she?
kind of.
Them fat shots, buddy.
It's the fat shots she got on them.
I guarantee you.
And I saw a picture of her, like, who is the chick? And I'm like, that is Megan Trainor. I'm like,
Have you seen Jelly Roll lately?
yeah, he lost a bunch of weight.
Like 400 pounds, 300 pounds.
I wonder if they
Jelly,
make a shot where they can get
I'd rename
the
him as
stupid
Donut
face
Hole because
tattoos.
he ain't got no roll left.
It confirms the theory that most people are generally attractive. You just need to lose weight.
Pretty much.
It ain't helped me a bit. I lost 40 pounds. It ain't helped a bit.
It might have been the most offensive thing I've said on this show.
Well, I will. I ain't make no secret about it. I took those shots of trizepatide, and I've lost 50 pounds. I got off my blood pressure medication. I've been on since I was 26, and I'm 59, so I'm not on blood pressure meds anymore.
Just from losing weight?
Just from losing weight. It changes the way you eat. Okay, so it's a lot of it's diet. I'm also off of my cholesterol medication because it changes the way you eat and the way you process food. Now, I'm not diabetic. I'm not even close to it. But I got on that stuff. It's the compounded version of it, the generic stuff. And I save more money on my regular medication prescriptions than the stuff costs me to take. I take a shot once a week. I'm just staying on it. I just found it's a better lifestyle for me. And I spend less on groceries. I don't eat as much. I hadn't had Fred gave us these Reese's peanut butter cups, and that's as close as I'm going to have to a candy bar since I started this stuff like 4, 5, 6 months ago. I dropped 50 pounds in no time. I've kept it off.
And you're not hungry all the time or anything?
No,
like
that's
that?
the thing is you don't get hungry. And the other thing I've done is I started weaning myself off caffeine. I'll drink a Pepsi once a day or something, and I'll chew some Neuro gum, which is the caffeine gum. And I was drinking 2-3 Monster Energy drinks a day, and was 50 pounds overweight. And I don't drink Monster. I don't drink those
Those
anymore.
Monster Energy drinks are not good for you.
It's, no, they're not good for you. None of that's good for you. I'm healthier, feel better, pain-free, just I don't get winded as easy. Life is so. Now, I had to go down 2 sizes in clothes, and, but that's, so I some people call it cheating. Somebody asked me today, so, well, you didn't take those fat shots, did you? I said, well, if you can call us what you want to call it, yeah. But it's a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, because you don't have the cravings. And if you're like me, I'm not addicted to pretty much anything, maybe a little caffeine addiction that's sort of weak. But food, I'm addicted to eating. Yeah. I used to ride around a patrol car with a bag of jelly beans next to me because I was bored, and I run around eating jelly beans all night long. And if it wasn't that, I couldn't watch TV without snacking the whole night.
That's my problem right there. I can't sit down and watch a TV show
so
without
when I get
throwing
pulled over
chips
by
in my
a
face.
fat cop, I need to have a bag of jelly beans. Hey,
don't do the donut thing. The donut thing don't work. I wouldn't recommend the donut.
The jelly bean might get me out of a ticket.
Maybe. So some Skittles, something.
Yeah.
Well,
I just
you don't have
I couldn't control myself. I mean.
Yeah.
Now there again,
because you can definitely notice it this year. Y'all losing weight. Oh my God,
I lost 40 pounds.
Wow.
Down 40 pounds.
Fred,
and I haven't been on the. I quit taking the shot about two and a half months ago.
Now are you still?
I gained back about 3 pounds.
And you go up and down 3-4 pounds in a couple days.
That's just a matter of. Yesterday we eat all you can eat sushi, and then I got home and my wife had gone, and it was her parents' anniversary, and brought them home some Longhorn Steakhouse, brought me home a steak and a baked potato, and I wasn't going to not eat that. So I ate a lot yesterday. I'm probably up a couple pounds right now.
Yeah, I got home after eating that lunch, and I was not hungry at all.
But
around like 9 o'clock, I went there and made me a turkey sandwich.
I absolutely was not hungry, but I was sitting there looking at that beautiful steak and that baked potato all the way, and the salad, and I was like, I'm gonna force.
Will y'all eat sardines out of a can?
Heck yeah, especially if they got mustard or hot sauce on.
I'll eat an anchovy, not a sardine.
I love the herring steaks and the sardines, and buy any
I'll
sausage.
do a herring steak.
I love the herring steak. No, I picked the hair off the steak. I don't eat that.
Ain't nothing like
they
a
did
hair
a
steak.
very good job butchering that one. Somebody wasn't wearing a hairnet in the kitchen.
Well,
it feels funny in my mouth.
Is this our last segment?
Yeah.
Well, I need to talk about some baits
last segment of the year.
working for January.
All right.
Fred,
a
couple weeks ago, I came and I showed you these Alabama rigs.
Yeah.
This is about the best time of year to fish.
This is the time to fish the Alabama rig.
Yes, but I want you to see this. See how big this bait is?
That's a big bait.
I'm gonna kind of show this on the screen. See, I done caught something already. That won't catch one.
That is a big bait.
See that? But look, they came out with a smaller version.
Oh, they got a small Alabama rig.
And I was thinking, when Fred goes, he could actually. This would kind of wear you out casting this. But this one, this is like from a 1/16 to about a 3/16 ounce jig head.
Yeah.
How light that is. You imagine throwing that thing out there and bringing
those
that
things
by.
will wear you out fishing with those things because you're using a
You
big
ain't
old
kidding.
flipping stick with 50-pound test braid, and
That's right.
It's like
But when they hit that Charlie, they will about jerk the rod out of your hand, especially a hybrid or
For
starter.
those that can't see this on YouTube, that's that thing that looks like a chandelier that you're fishing with multiple little spoons and stuff on, whatever they call it.
Yeah,
on
little
the end of
jig
it.
heads.
Yeah, the Alabama rig. Now there's a Liberty County rig, but all it is one of those legs is missing.
Go. You didn't catch that, Paul?
Yeah, I got one of them.
No. Sorry if you're from Bristol.
And there's a Wakulla one, but it's missing a couple of teeth.
Why aren't you picking on folks from your side of the river? There's Bluntstown people. My side, don't leave the Bristol folks alone. That's my side of the river.
Oh, that's a big
You have
rock.
to drive too far from Bristol to get to me to do anything.
And I tell you what, JD, this time of year crankbait fishing is very good. This is a Strike King 5XD. See how it's got that little tongue? That thing will get down about 12, 14
It's a diver,
foot
right?
deep.
Ring how much money old Kevin Van Dam made on that bait right there.
Millions. And I want to show y'all this. This bait here.
What is that?
This is for when they're a little bit shallower. It comes like this. Here, like a rattle trap.
Like a mariachi.
It's a crankbait, but it's not a crankbait. You don't fish it like these where you rod loads up. This is more like a power bait. And this one here, if you look,
That lip he's got on
it has no sound. They don't come that way. What what I did is I drilled a hole and made the bearings not rattle,
Move around, yeah.
and then actually put on my split ring. I actually use braid as the treble hook to tie the treble hook. Makes it completely silent. That way you can kind of sneak up on them. The other day I was talking to him and I said, let me
A suppressed lure.
Suppressed fish
guys,
bait.
it's a suppressed hybrid hunter. and what I've actually been working on them.
So what does he get scared and mad at the thing and bite it because you scared him? Or
this has got liquid in it. I got this idea from their sauce.
from the what?
That gun sauce they make to clean stuff.
Oh.
But look here, see the liquid? So when you reel this bait down, a regular one will rise real fast. In the winter, you want a slow rise or sit still.
He's got ballast in this thing.
Made it a suspending bait.
It's quiet.
So you got a neutrally buoyant.
And this one here will back up to him and stay level. It's so cool.
How do you back up a lure?
When you let the slack, when you stop the bait and give it a little bit of slack, it floats backwards because all the air is in the back end.
Makes a big difference.
So it goes in reverse.
That's right. You throw slack to it, and it'll swim backwards.
So when it's swimming, Fred, when you're pulling it through the water, the lip on the crankbait makes it kind of orient nose down.
And so his ballast is going to
so your ballast is that way. When you let the slack on the line, it'll tilt back, level out, back up.
And you're reeling
but he's not going to fall because he's neutrally buoyant, so he just backs.
Think about this, Fred. The rod's bent. I'm throwing this on a medium heavy action rod, so it's bent. And so when I stop it, I throw the rod back to it, and that braid's light.
So the idea is you're gonna throw this out and go past the fish and back up to him. And then he's going to bite it. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Once you see it on live, Fred, you'll get it. It's like going to a movie trying to.
We're going to be reading about Paul Tyre and his whole line of fishing tackle.
Custom lures.
Custom lures. I mean, guys, it makes a difference.
Man, guys have been doing stuff like that. My granddaddy would take red fingernail polish and paint a red stripe on the side of a shad bait to make it look like an injured shad. I've got all different colors paint in my tackle and rock and all like that stuff. Now I'm putting glitter inside of them in the liquid just to give a little light reflection. It's cool.
There you go.
You spend a lot of time at Hobby Lobby. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you where you got the other one. I tell my wife about that the other night.
All right, folks. Well, y'all have a happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We'll
see y'all next year.